So today I want to talk about the topic why Japanese still use Chinese character. If you look at Eastern Asia languages, you will find that Chinese and Japanese both use Chinese characters, not like Korean or Vietnamese. They stopped using Chinese characters, but why Japanese did not do the same? Japanese has its own alphabet similar system, Katakana and Hiragana. There are even more kanas than 26 Latin letters. The total number of kanas is almost 90. Why Japanese can't be written 100% in katakana or hiragana? To understand this question, we must know what we need to write a language only in alphabet. First, we need letters. If you want to write a language in letters, you need letters and alphabet. But in Japanese, there is no letters, no alphabet. Kana is not letters. Katakana and hiragana are not alphabet. Why? Long time ago, there was no writing system. Japanese people speaking Japanese but write Chinese. European people did the same in ancient time, speaking their native language and writing Latin. This situation lasted for hundreds of years. Then Japanese put Chinese characters without meaning to write Japanese. This technique is used in Chinese to transcribe country's name, foreign city's name. India in Chinese character is these two Chinese character. These two character have no meaning, only sound, and Japanese uses this technique to build its first kana system, Mayukana. If you look at Mayukana table, you will find that these kanas are all Chinese characters. As there were no need to Mayukana character, meaning people had simplified these characters. Then two kana systems were born, Katakana and Hiragana. Katakana is a part of character. Hiragana is more like quick writing form of character. So now we know kana is not alphabet. Kana is character's child simplified character. This can be proved in your computer. In your computer, writing a letter take one place. But if you write a character, that character take two places. For kana, how many places? Yes, two places. The same than character. That is an evidence that kana is simplified character. Character is not letter. Kana, simplified character, is not letter either. There is another evidence. Normally, letters can be divided into two different groups, consonants and vowels. You can't find individual consonants or vowels in kanas. Kana is always combination of consonant sound and vowel sound. Ka is an example. You can't find an individual K kana. This is because that Chinese character doesn't have individual consonants or vowels. Its descendant kana neither. Ka come from the character. People may tell you that Japanese has both, but it's a wrong thought. R, E, O, A, O. These five kanas are not individual vowels but syllables. Word love is S. Pronunciation in Japanese is two Kana, R, E, A and I. You should pronounce them separately. Here is because R, E are two individual syllables. R, E, U, A, O come from 5 characters. Here we know that Japanese has no letters. It's a big difference which resulted many effects on Japanese language. And Japanese has no letters, so Japanese can't be written in the same logic. Second, after letter, when go to second step, syllable, there aren't letters, so you can't build new syllables freely. People always say there are not many syllables in Japanese. Here is the reason. The total number of Japanese syllables is restricted about 100. These 100 syllables do not seem enough to describe a language only in Kana. Doing a comparison with English, you can't find more different syllables, maybe thousands different syllables in English. Syllables are absolutely important to write a language in letters. In French, UN, IN, EIN, AIN have the same pronunciation. In German, AI, EI, AY, EY have the same pronunciation. In English, I, Y, E, EA, E could have the same pronunciation, E. These different syllables have same pronunciation. It helps to differ the words with same pronunciation. But Japanese syllables can't be written in different form. Ka is always ka. Ka syllable doesn't have other forms. People always say Japanese can't be written entirely in Kana because of lack of syllables. But having no letters in Japanese is the real reason. Using Chinese characters can help to resolve lack of syllables. You can't write a Japanese syllable in different Chinese characters. In this step, we need Chinese character. Third, once we have syllables, we could build affix, prefix, suffix, infix. We give a syllable a fixed form and a meaning. Then we have an affix. For example, RE means again or repetition, rewrite, rebuild, rematch, replay, and so on. In Japanese, many affixes are Chinese characters. The prefix of RE, re, in Japanese is sai. Other prefixes, this means on or in. This means no. This means anti. This means entire. This means small. There are many important Chinese character prefixes or suffixes, and Kana's affix is not enough at all to language's need. Some suffixes are originally from Chinese, like go, language, like jin, people, and we use for a broad field in Eastern Asia. When call language of a country by putting suffix ko after country's name. Japanese do on this way. Echo, English. Hangukugo, Korea. Butsugo, French. Or we call the people of a specific country by putting Jin, people, after country's name. Japanese do on this way. Nihonjin, Japanese. Hangokujin, Korean. There is no counterpart in Japanese kana for these affixes, more or less like. One can replace liberty with freedom. Freedom is English original counterpart of liberty. In this type, we need Chinese characters. Fourth, after syllables, we go to next step. Word. Each word was born. People gave this word a fixed writing form and an original meaning. In Japanese, we don't give each word a fixed kana writing form. More than half of Japanese vocabulary have a fixed Chinese character writing form. Often, vocabulary in katakana have their fixed writing form because they are transcription of their English original loan words. Example, chiketo or computer. The fixed writing form of word is more important than other factors above. In English, be is a verb. Be, be is animal. Eye is your organ in your head. And I is me. BYI, BUY means you buy something. BY, that means an adverb. These couples of words have respectively same pronunciation. Of course, these words have their fixed meaning and fixed writing form. In French, mother is mère, she is mère, mère is mère. These words have the same pronunciation, but meaning respectively. Mother, she, mère. We gave word mother a fixed writing form, mere, with an accent. And for word she, we gave a fixed writing form, mer, without accent. And for word mère, a fixed writing form, maire, mère. We gave each word a fixed writing form, of course, with the help of different syllables having same pronunciation. But in English, we can't find a word like light, tongue, fight. These words have some letters having no sound. That's because their writing form are fixed. Normally, in French, the final letter of a word has no sound. It's only for fixed writing form. Especially for French conjugation, je prends, il prend, je ris, il rit, il rit. These words have one or more letters without sound. For today, Japanese doesn't have a fixed kana writing form for many of its Chinese character writing words, so Japanese need Chinese character at least for now. Maybe one day Japanese uses French style, putting one more kana in words final place to differ homophone words. If doing so, you may see a kana only Japanese language in the future. Fifth, after word, we go to next step, sentence. When we write an alphabet language, we give always a space between two words. That means when separate words, we don't write words all attached. Ancient time, Latin language Road itself, all letters are touched, not made absolutely difficult to understand a text. So today, alphabet languages write themselves in separating words, but it's not the case for Japanese. Using Chinese characters in Japanese, we don't need give a space for each two words, because Chinese characters could tell you where start and where stop a word. If writing entirely in kanas, in addition of homophone words, that make it almost impossible to be understood quickly. Yes, it's possible to be understood if it writes itself only in letters or attached, but it will be not efficient. I go to our friend's home. Here we have 6 different linguistic units. If you put them together, if you want, here you have 17 different linguistic units. That takes more time to understand. 6 versus 17. Of course, here if we write this sentence in Japanese, you have 5 individual linguistic units. But if you write this sentence in only Kana, you have 10 individual linguistic units. Of course, 5 versus 10. Using Chinese character a little bit like you put a square to each word, but you don't separate each 2 squares. Of course, you don't need to do so. Each word has an individual meaning square. It's almost the same than separating words. Today's Vietnamese is keeping the same writing logic. I go to a friend's home. Tôi đến ăn một oi ban. If Japanese continues keeping all words attached, then it needs Chinese characters. With 5 reasons, we know that Japanese language needs Chinese character. First, kanas are not letters. Lack of enough syllables is a second reason. Third, many important affixes come from Chinese without Japanese kana equivalent. Number 4, Japanese language has no fixed kana writing form for each Chinese character writing word. Number 5, Japanese doesn't separate words. Maybe when you have one more reason, tradition or habit, but like Korean and Vietnamese, it's not a real reason. Japanese people like absolutely the cultural tradition. It's not easy to change. It's only a difficulty, not a reason. So, thank you for watching. See you next time.